It's interesting to think about the idea that if they had played it cool, if the reaction had not been that, then nobody would be talking about this today.
So this video from the Coldplay concert in Boston is going viral.
Oh, look at these two.
He has 2 children, and it appears that they were caught in what appears to be an affair.
Either they're having an affair or it's very shy.
One hug, one camera, one giant mess. It started like any ordinary night at a Coldplay concert, cheering fans, glowing wristbands, and the usual kiss cam panning across the crowd. But then it landed on 2 people in a VIP box. Instead of leaning in for a sweet moment, they froze, like they'd been caught red-handed. Within hours, the video went viral, and viewers across the world were asking the same question. Who were they, and why did they look so guilty? Turns out the man was a married CEO. The woman, his head of HR, and that little hug, it may have just wrecked a marriage, shattered a workplace, and exposed a bigger problem about what happens when people in power cross the line. This isn't just another viral scandal. It's a cautionary tale, and what happened next made the internet and his own employees turn on him fast. Let's start with who they are. The man in the clip is Andy Byron. He's the CEO of a fast-growing tech company called Astronomer. His company had been gaining traction fast, and many in the industry saw him as a sharp, focused leader. He's married and has 2 children. He was known for being low profile, not flashy, and not dramatic. But all that changed the moment that kiss cam clip hit the internet. Next to him was Kristin Cabot. She's the chief people officer at Astronomer, basically the top HR person in the company. The irony? She's the one responsible for handling ethics, workplace conduct, and employee behavior. Kristin joined the company in late 2024, and people had praised her for her leadership presence and emotional intelligence. Some even called her the glue holding the culture together. But in that brief stadium moment, all of that got overshadowed. The problem isn't just that these 2 were seen hugging at a concert. It's that one of them was married, and the other reported directly to him. Their job titles made it worse, because when the people meant to model integrity get caught looking like they've broken trust, it sends a bad message to everyone below them. But if you think this was just a harmless misunderstanding, what happened next says otherwise. At first, it looked like a typical couple moment, but instead of smiling or laughing it off, they panicked. The moment was uncomfortable, and their reaction made it worse. Then Coldplay's lead singer, Chris Martin, added fuel to the fire. He paused and said, either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. The crowd gasped. Viewers at home clipped the footage, and just like that, the story exploded online. It wasn't just about awkward body language anymore. It was about 2 people acting like they'd been caught doing something wrong, on camera, in public, in front of tens of thousands of people. What should have been a fun night turned into the start of a PR nightmare. Because when you're a married executive caught cuddling your subordinate in public, it's not just your marriage on the line. It's your reputation, your company's image, and every ounce of credibility you had as a leader. And the internet didn't waste time making that point. People didn't just share it, they dissected it. Frame by frame, tweets zoomed in on their body language, the awkward hug, the guilty glances. Some joked, others were furious. A popular account called at Mrs. SpaceX started digging deeper. She found Andy Byron's wife's Facebook page and pointed out that she had just removed Byron from her name. That one detail sparked a storm of sympathy for the wife and rage toward Andy. The hashtag #ColdplayGate quickly took off, with thousands weighing in on the drama. Memes flooded the internet. Even Coldplay's own pages got hit. Their Instagram post from that night was flooded with thousands of comments, most mocking Andy and Kristin. This wasn't just gossip. It was a digital trial, and the verdict was loud and clear. If you betray your spouse and blur the lines at work, the internet won't forget. But while strangers online were busy cracking jokes, things inside Andy's company were spiraling. Before we dive into the company fallout, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you love celeb news and viral gossip like this, you're in the right place. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Back at Astronomer, things got tense, fast. The leadership team didn't say a word. No emails, no statements, just silence. Unconfirmed reports online claimed employees were told to keep quiet and focus on their work. But Astronomer hasn't made any public statement, which only made things worse. People started whispering. Some even laughed. Even more awkward, Kristin was the one who oversaw internal ethics policies. She'd led workshops on integrity, professional conduct, and transparency. Now her own actions were raising legal red flags. According to workplace experts, this kind of relationship between a CEO and a direct report is dangerous. Even if it's consensual, it opens the company up to serious risk. Other employees might feel the system is rigged. Promotions could be questioned. Morale takes a hit. Worse, if the relationship goes south or someone files a complaint, it could lead to legal trouble, especially with HR involved. Reports claim the company's board could face pressure to investigate, especially if employees raise concerns internally. What started as a clip at a concert was now threatening to become a full-blown corporate crisis. And while the company scrambled to control the damage, the real wreckage was happening inside Andy's home. As the story exploded online, Andy's wife, Megan Kerrigan Byron, vanished from social media. Her Facebook was wiped clean. Her last name, gone. Friends of the family posted vague messages, quotes about strength, betrayal, and moving on. Some commented, "Stay strong," under old photos. And while no one gave a public statement, the silence spoke volumes. Now, here's the part that really stings. Megan and Andy had been married for over 2 decades. They had 2 kids, both still in school. And now, one concert moment was tearing their family apart publicly. Marriage counselors say that betrayal can cause lasting emotional damage, not just for the spouse, but for the children too. They're suddenly pulled into a storm they didn't ask for. And let's not forget the timing. Reports suggest Kristin Cabot finalized her divorce back in 2022, well before this public scandal took place. So, naturally, people started asking, was this affair going on before that? We don't know for sure. There's no confirmed timeline, but the overlap has fueled speculation, and that's never good in the court of public opinion. Rumors suggest Megan has spoken with a divorce lawyer, and that finances may become a messy part of this story too. Andy's company is reportedly valued in the hundreds of millions. That means any legal split could involve major stakes. What's certain is this: a moment of selfishness didn't just cost Andy and Kristin their credibility. It hurt an innocent family, blindsided a loyal spouse, and left kids with a front row seat to betrayal. But believe it or not, this story still wasn't over. This wasn't the first time an affair made headlines, but what made this one different is how fast it all fell apart and how public it became. Decades ago, a CEO might have kept something like this under wraps. Today, one clip, one tweet, and the whole world knows. And in Andy Byron's case, that moment happened on a stadium screen in front of thousands. What makes it worse is the power dynamic. Andy wasn't just any employee, he was the boss. Kristin wasn't just a co-worker. She reported directly to him. Even if their relationship was private, even if they felt it was personal, it affects everyone around them. Here's why. When a CEO dates a subordinate, other employees feel like the rules don't apply to leadership. Promotions seem suspicious, decisions look biased, trust fades, and when the HR leader is involved, the entire workplace code of conduct feels like a joke. After the kiss cam clip, some Astronomer staffers reportedly asked HR if the company had any dating policies at all. Others just started updating their resumes. But this story is bigger than one company. It's a warning for anyone who thinks cheating is a private mistake, because now, even the smallest moment can turn into a headline. This wasn't just a viral clip. It was a moment that unraveled a career, shook a company, shattered a marriage, and reminded everyone what betrayal really costs. Because at the heart of the story is a broken promise. A wife who didn't ask for this, kids who didn't deserve it, employees who believed their leaders practiced what they preached. And for what? A secret hug at a Coldplay concert? So if you're in a position of power or in a committed relationship, remember this moment, because integrity isn't just about what you do when everyone's watching. It's about what you do when you think no one is.